Not seeing YouTube's yet.
No, YouTube's going up right now. I like to do Twitch first so I can go into YouTube without cropping, but I kind of screwed it up now because I'm talking as we are live.
Sorry.
No, that's not. It's me. Oh shit! Opening line. Oops, sorry, YouTube.
Yeah.
It's great.
All that monetization is shot.
We're just never gonna make it in that podcast world now, guys. We're just never gonna make that fortune. We're losing out on 3 cents.
3 whole cents.
Time to get yourself a fresh pair of boxers, and don't shit your pants, because this week it's the 4 pillars of horror games and probably baseball. Today on
Don't baseball over the intro.
Don't shit your pants over the intro.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Press Me to Cancel, your favorite, mostly retro games podcast. I am your host this week, Sick Jake, and I am joined by 3 good friends as we are going to break down the foundations, the impactful, the legendary 4 pillars of the horror game genre. And we decided this week it's not just retro, but horror games, period. It's a whole lot of horrors. And joining me this week, I've got Sinistar. How you doing this week?
I'm doing well. I think you need to work on pronunciation because you just said we have 4 horse.
Yeah. 4 horse? Yeah. 4
Yeah.
horses? It's the Canadian pronunciation.
Okay.
And speaking of Canadians winning, Chart, how you doing this week?
I'm fantastic. I just watched Gino Suarez hit a grand slam and took the Mariners 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Thank you very much.
Did he really?
Yes, I'm not lying. This is why would I be looking like I'm literally shitting my pants on things so people, the audio, don't have to deal with me losing my mind over hopefully winning this game. I'm great. This is a topic that is near and dear to me. It is October. We're big fans of the October stuff, but I love horror games. You guys know that. My channel right now is pretty much built all around horror game streaming, so I'm very interested to hear like what my friends here all think on the levels of horror games. That you guys all know my opinions. Most of you already probably know my top 3 because we've talked about them so much in the last couple of months. But no, this is near and dear to my heart. I'm very excited to do this episode tonight.
All right, great. And we're also joined by Wolf. Wolf, how you doing this week?
I'm doing okay. I will share it with everybody else. I did my first PC format in like 8 years. Went from Windows 10 to Windows 11. So
I'm sorry it had to be Windows
I missed
11.
10, but I don't miss the issues that I was running into after 8 years of not refreshing the system. So, good with the bad.
Yeah.
You take the good, you take the bad, you format your computer.
Then you have the facts of life.
That's right.
you have the facts of life in Windows 11.
Yeah.
both things we're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
shit,
Well, we better get into it because when we get to the pillars episode, sometimes it can go a bit long, and we do want to keep to a time frame in this one. So again, we've done pillars episodes before. Think Mount Rushmore, but I'm Canadian. So have you?
I don't think I've done a pillars episode with you guys.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
You had
Pillars
to have.
Virgin?
Did you just say Pillary the Virgin?
Always remember
No,
your
I said
first
Pillars
4.
Virgin, a virgin in the Pillars community.
Yeah, but it sounded like you were trying to Pillary the Virgin.
Oh boy.
Could be.
Okay. So here's how it works. It's Mount Rushmore.
I know how it works, but
Not just
Yeah,
for
you have
for
these things that you put a person in.
Yeah, for those of you playing the home game, here are the rules.
Yeah, here's the rules. Sometimes we have a guidelines and rules. We don't always make this shit up.
We don't even follow our own rules. I don't know what you're talking about.
We are this week. So look, here's the idea. It is not necessarily the 4 best horror games, but it's more like if you're an alien to Earth and somebody said, hey, play these horror games, and you're like, well, what should I start with? Well, these are the 4 most impactful, biggest legacy of the horror game genre, survival horror genre as a whole. It's got a nice, rich history of games going all the way back to, I think, was Sweet Home the 8-bits? Is that the 8-bit game back in the day? Well, we get right into it. So we're going to go around the table and just add picks to a short list. And then after we put together a nice short list, then we're going to break down just the 4 games that make our 4 pillars. So who wants to start with a pick?
A 2-page front and back list. So his short list is pretty long.
For those paying attention, I feel like I should clarify. Apparently, I have done it. It's just been almost 6 months.
Okay.
So
I
I
assumed you
didn't
had
RPGs
played one
and 2D platformers. I missed out
Yeah.
on Super Nintendo and
Yeah.
arcade beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
before. We
Okay.
were yelling a lot.
Okay.
during
Well,
the-
who's going first?
How about you? Because you got the longest
right.
list.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
We need to
start.
parse yours first.
I'm gonna start strong because if I don't say this name, I will be divorced by the end of the night.
Oh yeah, no shit. Okay, yeah. I already know where this is going.
Visage.
Yeah, visage, visage.
Yeah.
So,
However you want to pronounce
I've
it.
seen a little bit of that
that's a good pick.
streamed. Why is that one deserving of like
So-
one of the 4 pillars?
Okay. So basically, you've heard of PT or the playtest that was on
Yeah.
PS3,
Yeah, playable teaser.
PS4.
Yep.
Yeah, playable teaser. That was basically like, hey, this is what Silent Hill's going to become. And it never got traction, and I don't know why. And so they
I-
never made it.
I think
Go ahead.
it was the
Sony,
Kojima
right?
falling out of Konami thing is why that kind
Okay.
of fell through. Because I mean Kojima basically took Guillermo del Toro, God, I can't Norman Reedus, all the people that
Yeah.
were going to be in Silent Hills
Yeah.
was then put into Death Stranding instead
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form using his magical AI face
Yeah.
recreator where it actually captures people's souls and portrays them digitally.
Right? Yeah, it's too bad.
horrifying.
It's too bad Norman Reedus lives in video games now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's lost forever to Kojima's
Yeah.
soul cage. That's what it is. Both his
Okay.
face and his feet, apparently. If what I understand
Okay,
is
Yeah,
true.
so
that's essentially why PT did a second.
but anyway, PT was this playtest, playable teaser trailer, playable whatever, that was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
And it literally is walking down like 2 or 3 halls, and you kind of go back and forth, and I mean it's so simple, it's terrifying. And when it and somebody actually dissected the source code and found out something even more terrifying.
Yeah.
They unlocked the camera. They figured out how to unlock the camera, and the antagonist actually is following you the whole fucking time.
She's right behind.
Yeah.
You just don't see them until they reveal themselves.
Right.
And anyway, so PT, okay. So PT gets basically canned, is never going to come out. And so a group, and I don't remember who made Visage, but a group basically said, that's the kind of game we want to make.
Okay.
And they essentially created this game. First off, it has one of the most terrifying intros to a game of all time.
It's rough.
Like it's terrifying, not on a horror scale, but on like a horror of humanity scale.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you watch this and you're like, I feel sick after watching the beginning.
Yep.
But it's it has mechanisms that are absolutely spectacular. Like your only light source is a camera flash
Oh,
for part of
God.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other one is like your sanity burns away, so you're taking these pills, and like this house is just confusingly laid out, like it's a little bit uncanny valley kind of like layout of a house. And especially when you get to like the MC Escher area, and it even has a few moments of just pure humor.
Yeah.
Like absolute pure humor, but it is terrifying front to back. It is it's survival. You don't have any way of like
There's no defending yourself.
there's no defending yourself other than run the fuck away.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you basically are rebuilding the story. You rebuild the story of what happened in this house. And it's the story is very cool. And then you get to the end and it gets even weirder.
Okay.
Like
True.
yeah, and so front to back, this game, honestly, I'm going to just argue that this is the most atmospheric horror game, at least to date.
Okay. This one came
Yeah.
out a couple years ago. I think it's fairly recent.
I
right?
want to say 2018.
2020.
2020.
2020. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Not too long.
It
Well,
might have
you
been
cut-
in early access before that.
Yes,
but yeah,
it was.
2020.
Okay.
They added, I think there was like 2 playable stories in early access, and then they added 2 or 3 more to close
Right.
it out at the end.
So you mentioned it, so I'm going to bring it up. What about Death Stranding? And like,
Eh,
so like at first I wouldn't say horror, but then there are parts, especially when you are trudging through the rain through a difficult terrain on foot, and the BTs all around you, there are spots I generally had jump scares, and I got freaked out.
Honest to God, when I was thinking about it today, I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody in the podcast brought up Death Stranding because of its correlation with the dead hunting you down. And it can get stressful when you're bebopping around the map, and then all of a sudden your little flapper BT detector starts doing its
Going
little
around.
beepy thing and clicky thing. You genuinely get stressed out. Now, where I am absolutely terrified playing Visage. Like it scared the ever living crap out of me from front to back. I don't think Death Stranding it stresses me out, but I don't think it's not scary.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
stressful.
Stressful,
I
that-
think
but not
it's a
scary. That makes sense.
I think it's a stress
Yeah.
simulator.
Yeah.
It's a stress
Because if I
simulator.
get caught in Death Stranding, I'm like, but if I get caught in Visage, I'm like, Jesus. Like
Yeah.
it's a totally like my
Okay.
heart jumps about 40 feet while
Yeah, like one of the
Death Stranding's like-
scariest things in Death Stranding is when Norman takes a misstep and you lose all your cargo.
It's pretty terrifying. I think there's a few letter carriers out there, Amazon workers, and that is probably their biggest nightmare. Or maybe
That's
not. Maybe they don't
true.
give a shit about Amazon.
Well, if we were delivery people, maybe we'd take a different stance.
That's true. All right.
Yeah,
So no
very
Death
true.
Stranding.
no Death Stranding.
So
But
Wolf, how
you know
about-
what? Hold on. I'm gonna argue like with you. I'm gonna agree here. I actually have on my list, and I kind of have been hemming and hawing as whether it should be on my list. And for the same reason, Half-Life 2 has horror elements and has a horror part, right?
the
Mhm.
one stage, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
goes to Ravenholm, right? I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I think
So-
that's I think well, that part is definitely scary. Like you're pitch dark, the head crabs everywhere, you're using rusty saw blades as a weapon. I remember that. That's
Yes.
the one part of the game I do remember when I played
And
it
the
originally.
fucking screamers, the goddamn
And screamers.
screamers.
But
Yeah.
because the game is not all of that, I think maybe we don't have it in the list. And I think
Yeah.
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 For-
and I think I agree with you guys. Death Stranding, stressful, but not necessarily scary. So I think I'm fine not putting it on the list.
I like to think that maybe Half-Life originally, like the first Half-Life, might have kind of wanted to be like a horror game a little bit with the head crabs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe back then it was a little bit scarier, but our tolerance has been raised, because of games like Visage and PT and things
Right.
like that. So when we look back at stuff that might have actually been considered a stressful, suspenseful horror game, really doesn't make the cut. You still got to look at stuff like Resident Evil and Silent Hills and all this other stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So Visage.
Visage.
That's my first pick.
I'd be hard pressed to not put that on. I'd almost get it its own pillow right now. Because I mean, we talk a lot about like walking simulators, and Visage is essentially a walking horror simulator, right? You say there's survival, right? But there's no like limited ammunition like Dead Space. There's no life. I mean, you take pills to get your sanity under control. But I mean, even so, you're still just bebopping around a house. Garrett, terrifying yourself the entire time. Don't get me wrong. It's a walking simulator, like Summer 58 is a walking simulator, but
Okay.
you are going to be shitting your pants throughout at least 90% of this game.
First off, Chard, you don't need to add me on Discord when we're live about the fucking score, you asshole. I see the score. I have my phone up. I see the score. This fucking guy. The Jays
This-
win.
that
I'm
was
going to
pretty funny.
terrorize you all
This
fucking
is
week.
the
You want
quietest
scary.
celebration I have ever had in my entire life. So just let me have this.
All right.
All
We
right,
need more
all right.
names on this list. We've got one so far,
Yeah,
and it's been 20 minutes.
Who's picking?
I'll go next. since I'm the one.
I was gonna. I thought we were doing.
Oh no, Wolf. Yeah, go ahead. No. Yeah, go. You got it, baby.
Okay. Alien Isolation,
Good pick.
Yes, absolutely.
because I will never not gush about this game.
Great game. Great game.
And
This-
I know I've said it before. The Alien movies are some of my favorite horror movies. And then Alien Isolation took that and made it a game,
Yeah.
right? It took that feeling you get from watching the first two Alien movies and made it a video game that you experience from first person perspective.
You
It is
play an
Absolutely
Aliens
terrifying.
movie. You
Yeah.
play an Aliens
Yeah.
movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's
it's
the closest
terrifying.
thing to Alien
And then-
as a game could possibly get.
Yeah, like it does both, right? It does both Alien and Aliens. So it's, I mean, it's mostly Alien,
Yes,
but then it puts you, whereas the second movie was a bit of an action movie as well as horror.
Mhm.
The later end of the game, it brings in some of that action, but it never stops being terrifying.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's
And
the only
then
game where you
what?
hide in a
The most
locker and it's
recent-
engaging.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
well,
not-
Locker
yeah, the
Simulator
most-
2018.
I mean, it did it so well that the most recent Alien movie was like, yeah, we have to do that as a movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. That was
For sure.
Romulus, right? Is that Alien Romulus? Romulan?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it was a great movie. It was really good.
Yeah. Aliens Isolation absolutely needs to be on this list. I think that's a great pick for
For
sure.
sure.
Just the way you feel so powerless against them, it just
Yeah.
Well,
man.
and
I
then-
mentioned that in the past where this is a game that gives you guns. It gives
Yeah.
you a flamethrower.
but
And when you get a
don't want to use
flamethrower,
them.
you're
You
a
don't
flame-
want to use them.
when you're a flamethrower, bro, you're a badass with a flamethrower. You're a fucking flamethrower, and you still feel utterly helpless against
Yeah.
everything. in
Yeah.
this thing.
Right.
Well, and
It's
everything
amazing.
makes sound. Every weapon you have
Oh,
makes
God.
sound.
You want
and
to talk
you're
about
like,
soundscape? Easily one of the best created.
yeah, like
soundscapes
this is
ever in a game.
also like top tier sound design atmosphere.
Yeah. This might be a
Like,
short
it-
episode, Star. You might be fine. 'Cause these are going to be hard to beat, you know?
yeah, we've got 2 pillars already.
Yeah, easily.
Like
Okay.
this is a game I still tell friends. I'm like, dude, you gotta play this, and they
Yeah.
still don't.
Well,
I don't
just
know
so
why,
you know,
but
that's number 2 on my list. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Alien Isolation definitely on the short list. Chart, how about you put a pick? Which one?
I'm going with Silent Hill. But I'm going with Silent Hill. You know, I want to say Silent Hill 2 the remake because it took everything that was scary about the remake or the original and made it scarier and made it more intense and more whatever. And I'm having that issue where it was like without one you can't have the other. You know, the Mega Man discussion we have where
Right.
yeah, you gotta have Mega
No,
Man 1, but 2
I'm gonna-
is far better than 1.
I'm gonna
right?
I'm gonna fix your issue right now.
Yeah.
Aliens come to Earth. They want to play horror games. What do you tell them to play? It doesn't matter what started it.
Listen, I know we're not picking all 4 fucking Silent
No.
Hills.
No.
So I understand that. So I'm trying to pick the best out of all of them. And I got to say, even Silent Hill 3 for the PS2 right now in 2025 still got me pretty good from time to time. But I think I got it. I just got to go with 2. I got to go with Silent Hill 2. It's its own story. It has more iconic creatures in it, has more iconic nightmares in it. It expanded upon what 1 was trying to do and made it its own thing. Now 3 is it's like it's a harken back, right? 3 and 1 are basically sequels of one another, while 2 is its own thing. But 2 does its own thing so well that it can be its own thing to the point that they made a remake of 2 before they even discussed making the original a remake. Like now they're making the original because it went
Right.
well. That's how powerful 2 is. So
Okay.
to me, Silent Hill 2 doesn't have to be the remake. It could be either one, has to be on this list as one of the best psychological survival horror games that's out there right now. And I'm not going to say, I'm going to say just Silent Hill 2.
Just
Either
Silent
one,
Hill
remake
2?
or not remake. I'm
Okay.
just going to say Silent Hill 2 and go with it because it's not so far off the
yeah,
cusp that you could pick either one of them, right? So I'm just going to go with 2. The voice acting is
I've-
terrible, but the game is fantastic.
Okay.
honestly, I've heard more gushing over the Silent Hill 2 game than any other entry in the franchise, and I've never played through it. Right, so
James
So good.
James Sutherland has a compelling story.
And he's a terrible human being, but you don't know about it. And that's the best part. It's just, it's so good. It's so twisted and perfect from front to back. It is
yeah,
just
there's something to
casually
be said.
depressing about the whole thing. The music is fantastic. I still listen to that soundtrack. I love the music in that. It's one of my all-time favorites. There's really nothing about Silent Hill 2 that I think is bad. And then when they remade it, they just made it better. And it's just a really good game. So
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2, I think definitely needs to be on that short list for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
We're back around.
Jacob,
Yes.
it's your turn.
You, if you have one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we talked about a bunch of recent ones. I'm a Silent Hill remake, a Silent Hill 2 remake. Let's go with an older pick. I'm gonna go with Resident Evil. I'm gonna say the original Resident Evil on the
Hell yeah.
PlayStation. Right?
Yep.
That's when really the idea. I mean, it wasn't the first survival horror game, but when we're talking about that format, the tank controls, the odd camera angles, the zombies, limited ammunition, hell,
the
limited
fucking
ink ribbons.
rat dog things that
Oh,
jump
man.
out at you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Resident Evil. I think that game has
Yeah.
its fair share of creepy and gross moments, but also jump scares right from the get go. I think
Oh,
is
yeah.
it the dog jumping through the window?
Jumping through the window,
beginning?
dude.
Yeah.
I don't care how
yeah.
old you are or when you play that. The first time you see that shit, you jump out of your chair.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
goddamn time.
Honestly,
You not expect it.
Honestly, the 7th and 8th time got me too.
yeah. The first time I played that game, I remember like just that the reason I brought up that fucking rat dog thing, because it looks like a weird rat dog thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
this fuck you game.
Resident Evil 1 is a great addition. It needs to be on here. I mean,
Yeah.
it really pushed the genre forward, I think, in my opinion. A lot of games stole from it or borrowed from it or whatever you want to
Huge.
call it to continue to do what they did. And I know a lot of people may argue that I think Resident Evil 2 is the better addition to the thing. I think Resident Evil 1 really stands out in its entirety for what it did. Like for everything beyond that, because
Like,
it spawned Silent Hill, it spawned
Right.
everything that we're playing
Yeah.
to this day. The Alien Isolations. Without Resident Evil, you don't have. And this isn't a one gets the other thing. It's like it's fairly rooted in the system.
Like, I like Resident Evil 2 and 3 a fair bit more, but when I think of like the 4 pillars, or I think of something that had the most impact on the genre, I think the first Resident Evil is the one I would go with in this case. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly, I've never even played the updated versions. I've only played PlayStation.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good
Really?
things about the
Oh
remakes
man,
of those.
Resident Evil 2
So-
remake is horrifying, and I love it. It's a great remaster. But I played the pixel, well, not the pixel remaster, but the
Pixel
remaster of
Yeah.
the remaster of Resident Evil. It's the same exact game. It's just cleaned up. It looks a lot nicer, and it still gets you. It's still good. It's still really good.
Because it's still just the GameCube remake, right? That they've ported to PC and everything.
think
So
so,
it's
yeah.
a lot prettier and
Yep.
better acting and stuff. But
Much
Yeah.
cleaner. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
better acting is it's still pretty bad. But it is
well,
better.
I mean,
yes.
but you have to remember the original Resident Evil was intended to be portrayed like a B movie, right?
Very
Yeah,
true.
that's fair. Yeah.
That was the goal. So
Yeah.
it was bad acting on purpose. So that kind of makes it good acting in a sense.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
When the remaster steps it up from B acting and now,
So it's that whole so bad it's good thing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Okay.
we live on B tier. We know.
That's
the rules.
right. We press B.
Sister, how about you? What's your next
Smaller
pick?
acting is B acting.
All right. I have to go with Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem next.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Is that the 2D one?
That's a GameCube.
GameCube.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
the one that fucks with your sanity. It's a
Yep.
3D game. And
That's
that's
a
the
good
one that like the sanity meter starts like messing with you, the player.
Mhm.
But it also has a very cool Cthulhu, like HP Lovecraftian story in the
mhm.
background that you're playing. It's very cool in that it has 3 endings that are roughly the same, but if you get all 3 of them, you get kind of the final ending. It's just, and I'm not gonna say it's like the scariest game, but it's that psychological horror.
Right.
Instead
Which
of
is what
jump
definitely
scares,
I go with, yeah.
it's
It
psychological.
messes with you. It
Yeah.
freaks you out. It freaks you out in
Yeah.
a different way
Uh-huh.
than something just popping in your face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
Good pick.
So, like definitely, arguably top 3 game for the GameCube for sure. Like, you know,
Not a
I
huge
know there's
library,
not
but
a
I
lot.
definitely heard lots of good things
Yeah.
about Eternal Darkness for sure.
Yeah.
Eternal Darkness is definitely
I-
up there.
I was sad when there was supposed to be a successor and it never came. So
Oof.
Yeah.
That's sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I do like. It's a shame that it still only like it really works best on a CRTV. Like you have to
Yeah.
have like the
Yeah.
tube. You
Yeah.
can't have
Yeah.
it doesn't kind of hit you the same way.
Yeah,
Because it
there's at
changes the
least
volume and it does all
yeah,
kinds of cool shit.
I was gonna say there's at least 3 like sanity effects that
Mhm.
like really only portray on a CRT.
Right.
So
it does the volume thing, right? Doesn't it?
Right.
it does. It has the green bar volume thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's another one where like bugs walk across the
Yeah.
screen.
But they're all
yeah.
domed out when it's on a
Yeah.
flat screen. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Kids don't
Yeah.
know the joys
Right.
of CRT.
Yeah.
right?
But it had some awesome effects as well. Like there's one that is absolutely terrifying. The game crashes back to the main screen. You go to like your load save game and it's like deleting save games and it just
deleting the
empties
save
them. And you're like, what the yeah.
Yeah, that would mess me up. That would
Uh-huh.
definitely freak me out. All right,
Yeah.
good pick.
Yep.
Wolf, you're next.
So I just want to mention this one. It's not on my list because I've never played it, but I've seen it on lists. And so I got to ask if any of you guys have played it. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is
Yes.
apparently
Heard of it?
really good.
I have not
Yes.
touched that one yet.
Based on a book.
That I know. Philip K. Dick, right?
Yes.
Is it Philip K. Dick? I thought it was
Maybe not.
no,
it was.
it's
You want to check your Mind Palace?
yeah.
And I will say that Night Dive just released this, or they did a re-release, or I don't know if it's a full remaster, but I saw a news headline today that they did something with it. So that's a good pick.
Oh, Harlan Ellison.
Harlan Ellison, yeah.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I have not read it and I have not played it, but I've heard some good things about that one.
So I will say, because I played it back in the day, and I've watched people play it recently, at least the retro version, and I don't know about the re-release. There are some things that don't translate well in modern times, but
Gotcha.
It's fair.
Okay. However,
but it is
my
a terrifying game.
Okay, good to know. My next pick is actually going to be Resident Evil 7
Yes. Yes.
because
yes.
I feel like Resident Evil 7 perfected the horror aspect of the Resident Evil franchise.
It took the first person view and made it terrifying, like it's supposed
Right.
to. You know,
Yeah.
instead of the
'Cause-
tank controls that you're so used to.
It
And-
was the most tense, unnerving Resident Evil I had
So bad.
played.
And if you're a hand, it's the most epic horror game if you're a hand too.
The reason I like Resident Evil 2 remake so much is because I hate being chased. I have nightmares about being chased. It's like a huge fear of mine, apparently. And Resident Evil 7 is one of those games that has someone fucking chasing you like it's not as bad as 2 remake, but it's still goddamn bad. When you have the fucking father chasing your ass around the house, dude, it is just high level stress
Yeah.
of
Right.
trying to get the hell out of someplace. It is rough.
Okay. No, good
That's
pick.
honestly, that's one of the things I didn't like about 3 was the constant chase. And I
with
felt like
Nemesis?
7 kind of
Yeah.
got it right
Yes.
as far as
Okay.
how much chasing they could get away with.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Two remake takes that and knocks it up a level, but brings it down from 3. So it's still in a nice little. The Mr. X chasing you literally fucking everywhere is just enough to stress you the fuck out, but it's not so bad where you're like, Nemesis, go away, man. I'm trying to do stuff and you're fucking always around me. Stop. It's like having a little sister chase you around.
I
And
like
that's
Resident Evil
new to
3,
the
but it was a
remake,
bit too
right?
much,
That
for
wasn't
sure.
in the original?
Not in 2, I don't think, but
He
I
was
think
in
That's what I
3.
thought.
Yeah,
3
Tyrant
did
was in
have-
Yeah,
3.
but the chase, like I don't remember that happening in 2, and I played
Yeah.
2 front to back, both scenarios, starting with both
No, that
characters.
is
So I
definitely
played
an
through it all
addition.
4 times.
Yeah, Mr. X is an addition in 2 in the remake,
Yeah.
and oof. It's very frightening.
Good pick. Okay. Chard,
7.
you're next.
Trying to think here. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Madison. I think Madison needs to be put on the short list for sure. I don't know how many of you I know Sinistar has seen me play Madison, so he might be the only one here that knows what Madison is.
Heard you guys
Madison
Fuck
is
talk
that
a-
about it.
statue.
but
Yeah,
Fuck that statue.
It's it's another walking simulator type game, and your main item you use to get around is a possessed Polaroid camera, but it's not used in the same vein that it is in Visage. You use it to solve puzzles, you use it to chase off things. Um, it is a jump scare simulator that literally made me feel like I was having a heart attack on more than one occasion. There's actually, I think, a clip of me saying, "Oh, my chest hurts," and then something jumped out at me right when I was doing that, and I
I
didn't die on
remember
stream,
that.
so I'm feeling pretty good. It's a great story. It's about a kid that's dealing with an oppression of a demon in his house that is caught inside this camera. The story is actually really good. It's really dark, really twisted, really dark. Um, Grandma chases you through some dark corridors. The use of lighting is exceptionally well. The use of sound is really well done. I know a lot of people. There's a game that's coming out here pretty soon. I can't remember the damn name of it, but I'm in the Discord of the guy, and his two biggest influences are Visage and Madison that he's making this game based around. Um, this game is incredibly done. It usually goes on Steam pretty cheap, I think. But if you have any love for Visage or PT or any of those types of game, check out Madison. This game scared the ever living shit out of me. Not to the level that Visage did, but still up there. I don't think this is going to get on a pillar, but I think it needs to be at least talked about.
Good
But
dementia. Okay.
fuck that statue.
The fucking
Fuck that
statue. That
statue.
literally,
Okay.
there's a statue that shows up in different fucking rooms all over the
It
house,
it
and we don't
fucking
know why.
follows you around. It just
Pops in.
fucking
It's like a Virgin Mary statue, like, but it just keeps showing up in different rooms, and you're like, "What the fuck is the statue? What is the statue doing in here?
it's
in the
epic
bathroom.
enough.
Why is it in the bathroom? What the hell's going on?"
It's epic enough that it's one of Chard's
It's an
emojis
emote. Yeah. It's an emote.
on Twitch.
Okay. Okay, so we've covered quite a few different versions of horror games. We haven't done the online co-op version, and I think that counts. So I'm going to go with
Yes.
Phasmophobia, which is
Hell
probably the
yes.
horror game I've played the most. I played it mostly with you guys.
Yep.
For the people who are under a rock and don't know what Phasmo is, it's a 4-player online co-op ghost hunting simulator, and it takes into account what you say on the microphone. And I'm going to quickly say, the first time I played it with Chard and his group over on his channel, the ghost was coming, it was haunting, and they all
We're
pieced the
terrible
hell out of that house and left me behind. So I'm
Yeah.
hiding behind a chair, and I'm just sitting there, and I can hear them muffled outside the house. And I'm just like, is anybody there? And
No.
not kidding you, then the game goes back, I'm here, and these hands go over my face, and I was fucking terrified. I have never been more scared in a video game
Listen,
ever.
when you do RMH, you got to go in alone. Okay,
Yeah.
you got to have one alone time when
This
you're a
is-
newbie. When you're a
this
greenhorn,
is,
that's how it works.
I'm sorry, there's an RMH hazing period. I'm sorry.
Phasmo has VR too, doesn't it?
It
I
does,
could
and I
never-
played it.
Oh,
never
that would
do
be
that.
absolutely terrifying for that
It's-
to happen in VR.
It's messed up, especially in the insane asylum. It's rough.
Yeah,
Real rough.
like a lot of those stages are dark, pitch black, and it's terrifying. And it's just, and then when we play with Bridget and she's singing, it is
Yeah,
so,
the
such a
RMH
bizarre
sing-along.
trip. It's
Or-
it's
or
a great
s-
time.
Or Stripey is like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna die.
When big
It's-
brave Stripey gets stuck in a room together, it starts screaming. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's a
Phasmo
really great
started
game.
it all.
Yeah.
Phasmo started the whole, like, I think it really started the whole co-op
It's
horror co-op game that really tied it together. Because
it's my favorite of the bunch.
yeah, I mean, you got Ghost Watchers after that. You've got the Demonologist. You've got
Devourer.
Devourer.
Yeah.
You've got a bunch of different co-op games that were definitely birthed from Phasmo. And me being like pretty obsessed with ghost hunting and ghost hunting shows and things like that, this was just like the perfect amalgamation of shit for me to jump in and try and play this. And having your friends play it with you is awful. It is, you do not, the friends that I have, these are people you do not play these kinds of games with because they will lock you in rooms.
Cheers, buddy.
And I'll tell you what, once you play it in VR, it's almost impossible to go back to just regular stream because it doesn't hit as hard as when you're playing VR.
I want to point out that there is a clip of Chard locking me out of a hidey hole.
Yep. That's Devour. That's a different, that's
I
completely
know,
Yeah.
but you say that we lock you out. Mm.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta give back what you get. You know, I think Phasm was a great pick, and definitely I would put that on a pillar for sure.
Also gets
Absolutely.
updated all the damn time. Like the game
Yeah.
today versus when it first came out, completely different. Like they've
it was-
done
It
constant
was so
updates to that game.
trashy when it came out, but I think the
Yeah.
favorite thing about it is that though they've improved the gameplay, they've improved a lot of stuff about the game. They made it more difficult. They did all this stuff. The characters are still kind of janky,
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
just kind of part of its glory.
Yeah.
It's just part of the paint process. Don't worry about if you're coming at somebody with your arms wide out because you want to give them a hug and you look like you're creepy as fucking VR. But that's just part of what it is. I think Phasmo's fantastic, and I
Yeah.
really do love what that game has brought about and playing it with friends.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna call out here. We've already brought them up, but I think unless any of us really specifically want them, I think we honorably mention Devour, Demon Hunter, etc. All of the others in that genre.
Yeah,
Unless you really want to
good.
bring one out.
They're all good, but I don't think, and I think you guys are right. I don't think they top Phasmo. And when I think of this type of horror game,
I would
Phasmo.
argue against one of those.
Devour's close.
Yes.
Okay.
Devour,
I was going to pick Devour on the next round, but
that's
I'm fine with leaving it out. But I'll go into my detail when we get there.
Yeah. Cool. No, good pick.
Hell yeah.
Sinstar, you're next.
Okay. Okay, since we're gonna probably come back at least one more time, I'm gonna bring up one. It's on my list. It's on my list.
Him and his
chat.
pen.
It's on my list, chat. But Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Let's do Left 4 Dead 2 of the bunch.
Left 4 Dead. Fuck yeah. Left 4 Dead.
And Back 4 Blood gets an honorable mention.
For sure. No, I think the Left 4 Dead series, the co-op in that the witches by themselves are enough to keep somebody awake at night.
Oh, fuck the witches.
Fuck the witches are terrible.
God, now you brought that up. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah, no, me and Lord Optic played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 to get all the achievements. I mean, we played that shit until it was literally we beat that thing with a pole. We couldn't stop playing it. It was so much fun. And I really liked Back 4 Blood, but it just didn't. It had a little bit of it, but it didn't have enough of it to like.
Well, and I think
strong.
if we're gonna honorable mention Back 4 Blood, I think another honorable mention of that ilk would be GTFO.
Yeah, GTFO is good. But that's a different feel than Left 4 Dead.
It is.
GTFO is horrifying. This is where Sinistar and I take off with the show because Casey and I played together, or at least he's watched one of us play. GTFO is definitely an honorable mention. I don't think it deserves a pillar. But it's definitely the high stress situation that game puts you in definitely ranks up there with some of the stuff because that game is hard as hell and you get bum rushed and you're just toast. And it's not
and it does have
the fun like the bullet burning like Left 4 Dead has, right?
And it definitely is like a sneak simulator.
For sure.
Okay. But it's in that genre. It's the same kind of genre.
The Left 4 Dead genre.
Yeah, so Left 4 Dead is online co-op, but the one thing I remember is that the encounters procedural or close enough to it, like the game dynamically adapts to the situation and throws enemies at you.
There's a scenario, there's a progression of scenarios.
Right.
But how the zombies interact with you is based on like your skill level and the quantity of players and all that. So yeah,
you can go into I don't know, like a hotel lobby, and it could be just hordes swarming you in there the first time you die, and you come back and they're not in there that time. They're going to be someplace else, or something else gets you. So you never know what to expect, which is really cool.
And fuck witches. Okay.
Which is bad.
Wolf, you're up.
Well, we're gonna do one more go around, right?
At least we have to do at least one
so
more.
Then,
because I got one more.
While we're on multiplayer, I want to talk about Escape the Backrooms.
Hell yeah,
it's on my list.
I have such a great clip of Wolf losing his fucking mind playing that game.
To be fair, that was inside the Backrooms, not Escape the Backrooms.
Okay, I haven't played
Escape the Backrooms. You do have it. I think I gifted it to you.
You did.
But yeah, I've played through that one with a friend of mine, and I played through a good chunk of it with my kid because he's really into backrooms. And there was a lot of me doing that same sort of Muppet screaming as I did in Inside the Backrooms. Like,
So great.
I love that Muppet screaming is a descriptor that works.
the clip itself from not from Escape, but from Inside the Backrooms, it is a progression of screams. It is not just Wolf screaming. It starts with me screaming my head off because I'm getting chased by Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep.
And then it progresses to Jaeger freaking out over something. And then it progresses to Lord Optic, who's yelling about something, and then it progresses to Wolf, and it's just this seamless flow. I am cackling, hiding in a locker, because it's just everybody is losing their minds in this clip. It is so good, and that's how you know a game's good, when everybody is on edge like that.
Yeah.
And yes, Inside the Backrooms was good. It nailed that feeling, and I feel like Escape the Backrooms did it better. It is really well reviewed on Steam. It explores the gamut of what the Backrooms lore has expanded to at this point. To where there's points where you're hiding under a bed and you have mannequins invading the rooms looking for you at night, because that particular area goes day-night cycle. And so you have to get inside a house and hide from them before they find you. There's a segment where you're just being chased by hundreds of monsters and you just have to keep barreling down a friggin' hospital hallway. Like it just does all these things. There's like narrow hallway runs where you're just running from one of those things and you have to follow the turns and not get stuck. There's, the creepy pool rooms. There's the traditional, back rooms look. There's dark parking garages. It's so good. And
we get a lot of the chunks of that from inside. It's not, like you said, it's not as a depth. You get little pieces of that from playing the inside.
And it's not afraid to switch up how it's going to scare you when you reach a new section.
Nice.
You hit a point where it's just endless water and there's things under the water.
Oh God. And I already hate that. Like, that sounds terrible.
It does so much. It's great. I love it. I think Escape the Backrooms is a really good multiplayer horror game.
Can you play it solo?
You can play it solo.
Do you want to play it solo? Probably fucking not.
You don't want to.
That's what I thought.
if it's better than Inside the Backrooms, like, I'll go buy this.
Yeah, I already have it.
I think it's way better. Like I said, I've played through it multiple times, basically. So
okay. Because Larry the Cable Guy's goddamn terrifying.
That thing is terrifying.
Keeps everybody awake at night. All right, good pick. Chard, you're next.
Like I said, I want to, if we're talking about the multiplayer instances, and I want to throw out, this has nothing to do with my pick, but I would like to put Resident Evil 7/8. I'd like to have those two together. If we're going to pick
the same character,
because there are things in 8 that are absolutely terrifying, and if everybody knows the giant baby in 8, that thing kept me awake for like 400 fucking nights.
And it's the same character.
Exactly. I figured it would be okay because it's within the same ballpark, but.
Well, we're talking about 8 real quick. I do think it's kind of funny that Resident Evil 8 took what Resident Evil 7 was, made it more of an action game, but then threw in that Silent Hill segment.
Oh my God, that whole section with the house.
That's what that baby section was.
Yeah,
it's a Silent Hill segment in a Resident Evil game.
It just put that house in. The game in itself, it's terrifying. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to pick Devour, which is already on the list because Jake already put it up there. Devour, I think took what Phasmophobia did, and I think it honed it in and worked on one of the aspects of it and made it fucking phenomenal. Devour is probably one of the scariest group games that I have played, and I love that game to death. The challenge in it. Oh, go ahead. What do you got?
I don't generally. Chard can confirm this. I don't generally scream in Phasmophobia. No, I scream during Devour.
Yeah, Devour is in your literally in your face jump scare simulating game. But it is fantastic. Getting chased around the house. You're
and wheelchairs on stairs.
That's a whole nother story. I don't need to get us canceled for that one. I can do that on my own Twitch. No, there's a set amount of things that you have to do to banish a demon out of the house. The demon is wandering around the house while you're in there, and then it gets aggressive with you, and it grabs you and takes you into some part of the house, and KOs you basically. Now you could still crawl around and walk, and then one of your teammates has to come and resurrect you to get you back up on your feet, as long as there's a med kit available. So there's med kits, there's things that you have to do, and you're all doing this. And the more banishing pieces you do, the more aggressive the demon gets, and it becomes more and more difficult to play. I think we played the first level when this game first came out, the barn level, hundreds of times. There was no other level. It was literally just Anna Porta and her goddamn goats.
Yeah.
And we just were burning goats and running from Anna and hiding and having the best time. And then they started adding more levels, and then they started adding more challenges to the levels that are getting much, much more difficult, but still fun. It's not like that hockey stick thing that we talk about all the time. They actually just released a new update, I think yesterday. And
oh, really?
Yeah, if you guys come by my stream tonight, RMH is going to be playing the new update tonight. So Devour definitely should be on there. Again, it's kind of hard when Phasmophobia is next to it when we're talking about multiplayer games in its respects. But I definitely think if an alien came to me and been like, what kind of multiplayer game should we play? Bebop, boobop, you should play fucking Devour.
It would be hard.
Are they aliens or robots?
And that game, they have both.
It's both.
And that game is also in VR, and there's nothing worse than getting grabbed by the demon while you're wearing a VR mask.
Dude.
That thing has almost flown across my room.
I won't play that game ever in VR.
It's so good in VR. It's so fucked up.
Okay.
So Devour.
Okay.
And this is our last round, I think.
Is it?
And then we'll do one more round like this, and then we'll do a quick lightning round for anything that you guys want to quickly drop a name for.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I've not played this one, but I feel like we have to mention it. And I feel like we've done a lot of newer games plus new retro, I guess. I want to go back to the 8-bit. No.
No, he sneezed. I was just
bless you. Okay. I'm gonna go with Capcom JRPG Sweet Home, which released in 1985. I think it was along the side of a movie as well. And it's a JRPG, it's horror themed, and it's got the legacy of being basically what inspired survivor horror, and which ended up becoming Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
So Sweet Home, I have not played it. I don't know if you guys have. Never released in North America, but there are fan translations of it. Mm-hmm. But the idea is, I think you have a party of 5. Are you filmmakers? I believe you are, and you're in a haunted house, and you're exploring the house, and you can either do it in groups or split apart. But Sweet Home is supposed to be one of just a fantastic JRPG, very much a horror game. And again, this is the 8-bit generation. This was the Famicom, right? We never got it over here, but you can play today with fan translations. And again, the impact of this one is what inspired Resident Evil and all those games we enjoy today. So I think Sweet Home from Capcom needs to be mentioned on this list. Did any of you guys play it? I'm probably not. No, I feel like we need to at some point.
No, be a great game to play if I was transferring into horror from RPGs, to have this be a nice little bridge between the two, because that's what I used to play all the time. This looks like a cool game. I have heard about this game. It has been talked about in the past. There's a lot of other games that have kind of taken similar things, like maybe the Phasmogorias that have the VGA stuff from
Phasmogoria,
Sierra. Thank you. And things like that, where it's that dungeon crawler, but it's 8-bit, so it's more Final Fantasy than say the dungeon crawlers.
Yeah, Phasmogoria was like full motion video. It was all FMV.
Yeah, an FMV game. Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff kind of takes on that. I dig it. This would be definitely something I'd like to play at some point. Maybe I play it next year during my
when you transition back to RPGs.
Right. When I go back, when there's a new Final Fantasy released, I got to transition back.
No, because when I was looking at other 8-bit games, like NES horror games, I was thinking like there's Friday the 13th, there's Monster Party, Ghosts and Goblins, but I don't think any of them really are worth mentioning for the list necessarily.
I mean, Friday the 13th is scary because that goddamn sound is terrifing and horrible.
Okay.
Parasite Eve, but I'm not going to say that one.
I mean, Dino Crisis.
I don't know if that really qualifies. So you guys were talking about Phantasmagoria, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Not Phasmagoria. That's why I was a little confused.
Sorry, that's my fault.
No, Phantasmagoria.
Also, it looks like Sweet Home is, I don't know if it's going to be in English or not, but it looks like it's getting a Steam remake
Oh, nice.
as
Really?
a roguelite.
Oh, fuck.
Charged transitioning back to RPGs,
Sold.
folks.
Sold. I'd jump all over that. That'd be dope.
Is it
It's the same
Capcom?
thing.
No, it is developed by Team Sweet Home and being published by RPG Republic Company.
All right.
Interesting. Huh.
There's a horror game that's popping up here for PlayStation 4 called Home Sweet Home. And apparently it's a dark narrative inspired by Thai lore, myths, and beliefs that will captivate players while keeping their palms sweaty and pulses pounding. That doesn't give you anything about it, but
No.
that's another one. I was like, oh, did they make a remake for PlayStation 4? But it looks like it's its own thing. But no, Sweet Home would be a fun one to play. I'd enjoy that one.
All right, so Star,
Okay.
one more big one.
All right. And then we're gonna do lightning round, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my big one is gonna be Prey.
Prey, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because of all of the items that transition into fucking spider things and come after you.
Okay.
Like it's a sci-fi game.
No, I get it.
But like you're going along and all of a sudden the fucking chair is a fucking spider thing coming at you.
Yeah. I could definitely see, because it's like The Thing, right? Where you don't know what to trust. You can't even trust the damn coffee mug. You got to shoot the coffee mugs, which I spent more than enough time in a kitchen wondering if the pots and pans are going to come after me or not. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
That's what's scary is when the pots and pans can come alive and chase after you. That's what keeps me awake at night.
There's some
no,
shit.
It is definitely it's at least a jump scare simulator.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And at the point PREY.
Don't you spell check me. We're an audio podcast.
Look,
nobody's gonna care.
I mean, maybe you're trying to pray away.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Pray away the duplicates.
Yeah. No, like you get to a point where you just start basically shooting everything.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Prey is a good one.
you definitely waste a lot. Now, Prey didn't really, it didn't jump scare me, but it did keep me on my toes when I was walking into room to room going, what the fuck is gonna happen next?
Yeah, what's gonna turn into a thing?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canadian nice. Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Okay. Wolf, what do you got?
All right. I want to throw out Haunting Ground. Because
Good. Yeah, we
Haunting Ground took what Clock Tower did and made it 3D. It was before we got an actual Clock Tower 3, like in development, it was being referred to as Clock Tower 3.
Mm-hmm.
But then it became Haunting Ground, and it does such cool stuff that you kind of hadn't seen before. Like when she starts getting stressed out, it messes with the player's view. So your frame rate drops, color goes away, or maybe just red will be the only color left, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So it made it stressed the player out when the main character was stressed out, which I thought was great. This also had hiding in closets.
Right.
Just not in first person.
We're gonna have one pillar devoted to hiding in closets. This is the foundation of the genre. Hiding in.
I mean, Clock Tower was terrifying, and it wasn't first person.
Right? Yeah, right.
Right.
It doesn't have to be. I mean,
no, I was just talking about the hiding in closets not being first person.
Okay.
I mean, you got Fatal Frame is not in. I mean, it goes into first person because you use the haunted camera or whatever. But there's a lot of cameras that were relating to these scary games this week. But I mean, Fatal Frame's also like within that genre of Hunting Grounds and some other ones. There's actually a FromSoft game, if you'd believe it, a FromSoft horror game called Kwan
and
that
Charles
never came
talking
over
about
here. I know.
Bingo.
I was looking at it, going, it never made it over to the States. I think it's only been over in Japan, and it's one of the most talked about and highly expensive carts that you can find in the horror genre for PS2. It's not a great game. Doesn't look very good.
Speaking of FromSoft, does Bloodborne fit on this list?
See, I was thinking that, but I don't know. I don't know. It definitely has a horror. It's more of the Cthulhu atmosphere more than anything. But there's some scary shit in there. I mean, it is dark. It's twisted. Bloodborne could definitely be thrown on the list, but I'd give it more of an honorable mention than anything because it doesn't. It's not designed to be a horror
Scary,
game. It
okay.
just ends up being one.
Okay.
It just turns into one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Go.
Did
Go.
everybody get
I
their
was going to go
picks?
back to Haunting Ground. I just
Sorry.
wanted to
Yeah,
mention
go
one
ahead.
thing, like that they were really trying to make you feel like the helpless, you know, it was a trope a lot back then. So you're like the helpless main character girl who has a whole lot of nothing going on for her
Yeah.
as far as what she has at her disposal to escape this situation.
Mhm.
And so it was almost like making that the trope to focus on and sort of like spoofing it to a degree. But at the same time, the game like went hard at also over sexualizing the main character.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was really weird. How they
It's
were
a
like,
Capcom
we're gonna
game, right?
make fun of it, but also really lean into it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
dear.
Yeah, they were tongue in cheek, but also like, but really, guys, but
But
really,
also total creeper.
but really, guys,
Yeah. Like,
like-
that aspect of the game did not age well, but a lot of the
Yeah.
rest of the game did.
It reminds me of that scene in Dodgeball where that's me handling life. That's a metaphor for me handling life by the horns, and he's wrestling
Yeah.
the bull.
Yeah.
He goes, that actually happened though. Like,
Yeah.
it's a metaphor, but it actually
It's a
happened
metaphor.
too.
Yeah.
You know? What?
No, I just have a question for Wolf before we move to charts. So when we're there, let me know.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
Which game is what my fucking?
Oh,
Ah,
Oh my
oh my
fuck-
fucking.
Oh my fucking!
was
What
that
game
Aliens
is oh my
Isolation?
fucking?
That wasn't Aliens.
No, it
no.
was not. It was an indie horror game on Steam. Let me see.
If only.
Is that when I was making everybody play
I feel
Summer
like it
58 with me?
was a name. I played Summer of 58, but that was not that.
We
No.
played it together because we
Um,
did the episode together.
Yeah. Oh, what was that called?
That's okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
All right, while he's
I'll do
looking
some
it up.
digging while
Yeah.
Chard does
Yeah.
his.
So, Chard, your last big pick?
My last big pick. This goes without saying. We've talked about it numerous. It's one of me and Sinistar's favorite games in the genre horror, if not in games in general. But Dead Space has to be on this list. Dead Space's design took so much of the minimalistic view to try and take everything off of the heads-up display to put it on your character to completely stop from you being distracted by anything that's happening on the game. And we're talking about the 2008 version, not just the new remake. The remake's fantastic. I love the procedural stuff that they've done in 8, but not 8 in the new one, but the 2008 version for Xbox was so well thought out and perfectly designed that even when they said, "Hey, we're going to make a remake of this game," I went, "Why? There's nothing wrong with the first one." And then I played it and I went, "That's why." Because it needed some touch up. This is a great
Yeah.
game. Dead Space cannot not be on this list. It has to even
And
be on its own
Dead Space
pillar.
2 is
Dead Space 2. We're talking about the genre, like the whole
Yeah.
trilogy to me,
Yeah.
including the remake. Dead
Yeah.
Space encompasses both 2. A lot of people don't like 3. I like 3. I thought 3 was pretty good in its own regards. And of course, the remake that was apparently a giant failure, according to fucking EA. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's EA.
Yeah,
People liked it.
Amazing game, amazing horror game, survival horror at its best, with some really cool additions that a lot of people started using later on that I kind of it pioneered was the word I would say.
Yeah,
It kind of
yeah.
pioneered early. So
All right, good. pick.
nice. Yeah.
All right, so now I want to
Perfect
go
pick.
around and do some just quick adding to the list.
You
real
have
fa-
you
real
have one more.
fast.
You
I
have one more. Yeah.
Does anyone want?
You were last, remember?
Okay, well then I will say I don't necessarily think it's a pillar, but I'm gonna say Alan Wake 1 and 2. I'm gonna put them both on there.
Alan Wake is
Good.
good though.
Because that's
Yeah.
on my list.
Okay,
That
so here's the thing with
definitely
Alan
needs to be
Wake
in
before
there.
you guys go on this one. So I didn't beat 2, although I got a fair chunk into it, and I do want to finish it. I did beat Alan Wake 1, and both of the are very fascinating worlds. The whole idea of typing the reality around you, and that's the horror element to it. It's really great. There's, especially Alan Wake 2, there's some jump scares that really got me. The first one, not so much, but they're definitely, the atmosphere and the creep factor is definitely there. The only reason I don't think it's a pillar, and I was going to say for Lightning Round for me personally, is the combat, especially in Alan Wake 1, really became drawn out toward the end. I just wanted it to be done. Like, it wasn't scary anymore. It was just tedious. And boredom can be scary, but not in a fun way. So I think that one, I want to mention it because I do like the game overall, but I don't think it's a pillar. Alan Wake 2, I heard nothing but great things about it. I'm only early into it, but there's definitely some scary, creepy moments into it. There's this part with a deer that scared the shit out of me. My wife laughed at me because it's in the living room. It's definitely a game you do not play in the dark. That was my mistake.
Alan Wake 2 brings a different level of suspense that Alan Wake 1 didn't have. And it is great. Alan Wake 2 is fantastic. You need to finish that so you and I can do an episode on that.
Yeah. All right. So some quick hits. You can say a line on why it's great, but we've got to try and go fast from the table.
I'm just gonna say quickly, Outlast needs to be a lightning round. But here's the reason real quick. Here's the reason I didn't say it first is because it's very Visage like. So Evil Within. And the only reason I haven't brought that up as a long discussion is
we're gonna have a long
I'm gonna
discussion.
spoiler. It'll be a future episode. Will be Evil Within.
Yep.
Right.
And then this is like a total sideways kind of honorable mention, Lightning, but Subnautica has some absolutely terrifying moments.
True.
There are some horror moments, and the sound in that game when you're in certain biomes and at the bottom is terrifying.
Yep.
Okay, those are mine.
Wolf, you got any?
Okay. Well, the game that Sinistar was asking about was Pacify.
That's the one.
But I would like to throw out there Metroid Dread.
Oh yeah.
I can go for that.
That was it. Emmy, the robot that stalks you.
Yeah,
those are pretty creepy moments. Yeah.
Those stretches of the game were scarier than anything Metroid had ever done before.
For sure.
And like it was stressful and scary, and it really nailed. I feel like that nailed that horror element that they tried to incorporate into Metroid since the beginning.
That's fair.
Yeah. Good. Anything else?
I feel like I should mention Condemned: Criminal Origins. I've never played it, but I've heard great things about it. My brother has gone on and on about it.
Condemned's good.
So
that's a good pick.
Okay. I cannot spell worth a damn today. I'll just say it's all Canadian spelling today. Jared, any fast picks?
Fast picks. Okay. I know I haven't played a lot of them, but I know the Amnesia series has some really good scary stuff and is highly touted. That one's up there pretty well. I've got Amnesia, Dark Descent, and Rebirth. I'm going to be playing here in a little while at some point. That's supposed to be pretty good. Layers of Fear, blooper game, definitely needs to be mentioned as an honorable mention. Soma is also a very psychological horror game that a lot of people tout are really good. Does anybody care about Choo Choo Charles? Because that game is fucking fantastic.
I was thinking about that one for the meme game.
That game's great.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a pillar.
No,
but that game's great.
And there's one multiplayer game that you can actually hear Sinistar screaming for his life called Forewarned, which is you go to Egypt and you hunt mummies, and some of the mummies in there are quite terrifying.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I think Fear, the game Fear for Xbox,
the whole franchise
should be on this list, at least an honorable mention, because the AI in there actually learns what you're trying to do and really fucks with you as you're playing. Like, it's gotten to the point to where a lot of people were saying Fear's a great game, but this game's so fucking smart, it's too hard to play sometimes. So I think Fear definitely needs to be in there. So it's
nice.
It's the acronym Fear, F.E.A.R.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So I will say
Oh.
then for some quick hits for me, I'm just gonna call them out again, like the NES ones, right? Like even Genesis, like Splatterhouse, Monster Party, Castlevania.
Yeah.
These are all technically
Splatter.
horror games, but I
Yeah.
don't think they qualify as a pillar because yes, they're horror genre, but they're not scary. They're more gory, if anything else. Right? It's
Zombies
more
ate my
atmosphere.
neighbors, right?
Yeah, which is a great. I love that game, but I would never say it's particularly scary.
Yeah.
Right. So
Right.
But it's a
Splatterhouse.
It's a horror concept turned
For
into
sure.
a non-horror
I
game.
feel like I think Devour took a lot from Splatterhouse because it's that
Yeah.
game. Like your parents wouldn't let you play Splatterhouse. That game was so fucking twisted looking.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary back then for TurboGrafx 16, I think.
House of the Dead and Typing
I was
of
just
the Dead.
about to say
Yeah.
House of the
I
Dead
did-
and Typing of the Dead. Like I
Yeah.
was
Yeah, yeah.
waiting for a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Wolf. Sorry.
Suffer like G did.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also, the
Not-
Dark Pictures games.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At
I
least
think I played those.
Man of Medan and House of Ashes, I can speak to those. I don't know about the others, but
I'd like to like Until Dawn, which they made a movie out of, which was terrible.
Yeah.
I kind of want to throw two more Little Nightmares,
Oh.
Oh yeah.
which is great,
Oh.
and Inscription. I think definitely
Yeah.
has some horror elements. to it.
yeah, I think Inscription counts.
And the Alice games.
Yeah, the
Mm,
Alice and
American
then
McGee.
Alice. Yeah, American McGee, and then
Yeah, yeah.
Alice Madness Returns, right?
Sure.
Oh, this is totally like a one-off, but there's a game called Through the Woods that is genuinely scary, but it's fine.
Okay. Little Nightmares is interesting because I think the third game comes out this month. if
It
I'm
already
not
came
wrong.
out. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
it?
It's
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hearing that Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are fantastic, and Little Nightmares 3 kind of missed the mark.
All right. So
But-
guys, we got over 30 games, but we need
Yeah.
just four games that are the most impactful, the biggest legacy. We got to try and divide this up. So I'm just
Can
gonna
I,
throw this
can I-
out there.
can I make a radical suggestion?
Yeah.
Sure.
Take 10 seconds and pick one.
No.
Visage.
There's four
Visage.
of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's not
Visage.
the spirit of what it's supposed to be. It's not just your favorite one. You have to hash it out real quick.
No, okay, but does anybody disagree about Visage?
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest then. Like, I think when we look at this list, there's definitely subtypes of horror games, right? I think you
Yeah.
definitely have the jump scare, scary ones. You definitely have the online co-op horror ones, right? Like Phasmo and all that. There's definitely a genre of like indie horror games that you guys are raving about, like Visage and Madison, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like classic survival horror, right? Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So maybe we group it based on that. Like we pick four of those kind of categories and then go from there.
Oh, that's tough. But all right.
Yeah, I could do
I mean,
that.
yeah, that's fair.
Well, I think Visage still takes that indie section then.
Yeah,
I do too. I do.
Yeah, I
too.
mean, it could also take jump scare.
All right, so Visage we'll put as a mark next to, and we'll hash it out. Alien Isolation for survival horror. Do you think?
Oh, that
I mean,
I-
Alien Isolation is the epitome of survival horror.
it is.
Like it,
Yeah.
like it takes everything about survival horror and puts it in your. There's no way around it. There's nothing like, and even if you get to a point, because the game had the AI in the game is so smart. I could go on about this forever. Just put a mark next to it because I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
burn our
got-
30 minutes. It's fine.
It's got sneaking, it's got
Yeah.
Everything.
inventory management, it's
It's
got
got action
listening for the
moments.
sound
AI,
design,
like, the
action.
Alien learns what you're doing, so you
Yeah.
can't. If you die and try to do
Yeah, it
something
adapts
different,
to
or
your
you
play
move later,
style.
it adapts to how you play. It's fucking crazy. Can
Yeah.
hear you.
Phasmophobia.
Basically Dreamcast.
I think Phasmophobia gets a mark,
For sure.
and then we can argue whether Devour would take over Phasmophobia.
I would argue
but
that Phasmophobia deserves it more than Devour. Just because I
I'm
love
going to agree
Devour,
with you. So
I think
we can just
Phasmophobia
say
is
that
better
we
than
can just say that and argue about it if something else comes
Okay.
up. But yeah, Phasmophobia, I'm good with saying right now is a pillar.
Because like
My
in
own-
terms of
there's
the
only
online
two-
multiplayer, it would be up against like Left 4 Dead. Is Left 4 Dead better
Yeah.
than Phasmo? I think Phasmo beats Left 4 Dead. You know, they're
Yes, I do
different
too.
games, but the idea of the
Yeah.
online scary game, I think Phasmo is better. But what do you guys think?
I think
Yeah.
Phasmo brings more people
I
back
never-
than Left 4 Dead did too. So
I've only played both a little, and my experience with Phasmophobia was a lot better than Left 4 Dead.
you got to
And-
play with
and
yeah. You gotta
I'm
play with
gonna
what you-
throw out my fourth pick would be Dead Space, and simply
so here-
because it basically so many tropes in so many games have taken from Dead Space.
So here's where we're going to start arguing.
Yeah,
Because my argument would be, obviously, I'm going to pick Silent Hill 2 because of
Yeah,
its psychological mindfuckery and the iconic creatures and things that it made. But I'd have a hard time arguing not having Resident Evil in that last spot too, because of what it did for things like Silent Hill 2 and things like Dead Space and all those things. So yeah, this will be a definitely tough one. I want to put a star next to Silent Hill 2. That's Chart's pick, and then we can hash out whether it needs to be on there. And then so far, what we have, I don't need to look at anything else. I think the 5
Yeah.
that we have right now are a good pillars list to go off.
So when we look at this list, so just for the audio listeners, what we've got a short list right now of Visage, Alien Isolation, Phasmophobia, Dead Space, Resident Evil, Silent Hill 2. So real quick, when we say
And-
Resident Evil, which one? The original
one.
or 7,
the
8?
first one.
The first
The first
one.
one.
The first one.
PS1 one, the
Okay.
first one.
When we say Silent Hill
I-
2, are we talking the original or the remake?
Yeah. I will just say
original.
the original because the remake is just more.
Okay.
It's just better. The original, but better. And
Oh.
and the original's good. If you want my opinion.
So here we'll
And,
go around
and
the
it
table.
kills me.
Oh, go ahead.
It kills me not to have Eternal Darkness on that list, but I'm willing to give for what's there right now.
Right.
So I think Visage, is definitely belongs there from that indie horror point of view, because that's so impactful right now. And there's so many indie horror games on Steam, and they're all great. And Visage is one of the best ones. So
I think-
that's great.
I think
think it-
Visage is the scariest game on Steam.
So far,
Period.
yes.
Really? Okay.
I would say that if Silent Hills became a thing, Visage would not live up to what it is. But because Silent Hills did not become a thing and PT was that short little thing and Visage very much mimicked off of that, then Visage is what it is. So it's what we wanted Silent Hills to be, or we wanted more PT. This is what we got. And this is a great compromise to get
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, honestly, if all we got was Visage, good. That's fine.
Well,
All right. So Visage sounds like, are we all agree that Visage is worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Phasmophobia, from that online with friends, scary, just blast to play,
Yeah,
but
I
also
think that's
scary.
a good pick for multiplayer.
I think that's a lock.
I think-
Absolutely.
I think
Yep.
from the standpoint of aliens come to Earth and you tell them what to play, I agree after we discussed that Devour is the better game,
Right.
but Phasmo is more consumable. You can just jump in.
Right.
Yep.
Devour has like a cost of entry. Like there's a learning curve.
Yeah,
There is.
huge. And I'll say that because I played it a little bit Devour, but I always had more fun with Phasmo. And I know nothing about these games. I just like playing
Right.
with you guys, right? But Phasmo is always easy to jump into. Even if I haven't played for a year, it kind of just was easy to pick up and play. Even if I'm bad
Phasmo-
at it, it's still a blast to play.
Phasmo's got a slow burn too, right? Like you can go into the house and not find anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then things start really ramping up, and then it starts getting tiring. When you get into Devour, it's like balls to the wall. Like
Yeah.
as soon as you get in there, it's do or do
You
not.
see the-
Like there's
You
no
see
try.
the demon slow rolling
Yeah.
through the place, and
You
you're
see her
like,
fucking slurping around the
"Ah!"
place. You're like, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah.
But at least Phasmo, there's nothing to be seen when you first walk in, except for maybe some activity or whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't know where it's at. You're going to go find it. Like Devour finds you. you don't
Yeah.
you
Well,
don't
and
want it to
I don't
find
think
you, right?
I don't think I've ever seen like a cup get thrown at you in Devour,
No,
but
'cause
shit
it's-
gets thrown at
yeah,
you in
'cause Devour
Phasmo.
is more centered around the demon, while Phasmo
Yeah.
is centered around the experience. So Phasmo definitely is,
Yeah.
I think. Definitely
Okay.
up there.
So then Visage and Phasmo, if we think those are locks for pillars, that's 2 pillars. We got 2
Yes.
left. All right.
Yep.
So that leaves us with Alien Isolation, Dead Space, Resident Evil, Silent Hill 2. All the originals, not
Oh,
remakes.
it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna argue against Dead Space, and it's gonna kill me.
Yep.
I think Alien Isolation can take the point that Dead Space would provide.
And I'd say the same thing for Silent Hill. I mean, because if we're talking about the survival horror aspect of the
Yeah,
gaming,
yeah.
Alien Isolation is bar none. And
Oh, it's
I
gonna
know
kill me.
there's games up there that have that, but then it kills me to suggest Resident Evil over Silent Hill 2, man. But
Yeah.
I would be doing someone a disservice if I was like, go play this instead and then play this afterwards, because then you'll
Okay.
appreciate
So
both aspects of it.
I vote Alien Isolation takes the spot that Dead Space would take. That's my argument.
All right.
So both are sci-fi horror games. One is more action oriented, but when I think survival horror, I think Dead Space.
The fact that the game learns against you.
Yeah. Like, to me, I think Alien Isolation, even though it's survival horror, I think it's kind of its own thing that's quite unique, right? Even if it is just locker. The locker thing is iconic to me. I love it for that.
Yeah.
I
think table under tables.
Or
lockers and tables.
Or lockers and tables. But like, just
Anything
the
you can get
alien
into.
walking through while you're hiding somewhere and you see the alien, it's just terrifying. I think
Yeah.
Alien Isolation
pet.
definitely stands on.
You can hide in a pet crate, for Christ's sake. Like,
Yeah,
if your
yeah.
body, if it fits, it ships. Like, it's where it goes.
Okay.
Right?
So I think Alien Isolation, personally, I would also say is locked for a pillar. Do you guys all agree?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't think of a more stressful game than Alien Isolation. I really can't.
And it
'Cause
kills me.
Now
I
we're getting
think we
into a
can-
territory of what is the best kind of story horror game. Like, it's
Yeah.
still survival. All the ones we're going to pick are story survival. Dead Space is story survival. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, they're all survival, but the story is what makes what it is, right?
Yeah. If you're
Mm.
talking story, Silent Hill 2 for me.
See, I agree. I agree, but I have such a hard time leaving Resident Evil off this list. I would feel like I'm picking a favorite over what should actually be there.
Yeah. Do you
know what I
want
mean?
Sean Bean or do you want Milo Jovovich?
The decisions.
I get Sean Bean for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit, and that's it. For me, I'd look at it from the impact and the legacy. Like, I think of what was more important to the genre. I think it's Resident Evil personally over Silent Hill 2.
That's a good point.
Maybe
It's a
I
very
would
good
agree
point.
the
And
story in
that's-
Silent
Yeah.
Hill 2 is better, but I think and the acting is probably better in Silent Hill 2, although not
And
by
the-
much.
And the gameplay is better.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I think the legacy
But
is Resident Evil, so I'm
you're
not
right.
quite sure.
You're right.
No,
Wolf, what do
when
you
you're
think?
talking legacy, it has to be Resident Evil. Silent Hill.
If we're talking the originals, I got to go Resident Evil because Silent Hill 2 was kind of unplayable for me,
Okay.
which I've talked about before. Just
That's not
because
the
of
game's
the
fault, though.
It kind of is though, because it was the white noise that they made you
No,
suffer
but that's
through
the
for at
main-
least
That's right.
one playthrough.
Makes the game.
You couldn't turn it off.
It's
And I could
fine.
not look at that screen. It was dizzying.
I can't argue.
Yeah,
I can't
get it.
argue. I cannot
get it.
argue with
I get
not
it.
having Resident Evil on here. Everybody
get
would
it.
fucking have my goddamn head. They would be
Like-
sending me hateful emails if I pick Silent Hill 2 over Resident Evil. So I
right.
gotta go with the
Based
right.
on, I
table.
do want to clarify, based on what I know about Silent Hill 2 story, because I do know a fair amount of the story, even though I haven't really played through the game. I do feel like Silent Hill 2 is the better contender from story alone.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when you compare the two between playability for everybody, the fact that they've both aged about the same.
Yeah.
They're both really strong contenders for their original platforms, but I just have to go Resident Evil on this. It's had a little more staying power and broader appeal than Silent Hill.
We'll also look at you're on Resident Evil 9 now, coming out
Yeah.
in February.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9
Yeah.
comes out in February,
Silent
and that
Hill
doesn't even
is only
include all the
having-
offshoots.
right. And Silent Hill is having a renaissance, but
Now,
Yeah.
but for
there's
years
never
it
been a
wasn't.
time.
Yeah.
There's never been a time when somebody said Resident Evil, that game sucks. Like maybe 6 and 5 were kind of like,
Yeah,
they
5
could have
and
done
6
better.
had that issue.
But then 7 and 8 came out. It was like, oh, there. It's like the fucking kid from Peter Pan. Like, there you are, Peter. There you are, Resident Evil. Like, it's right there. There's never a time where Resident Evil was ever completely disliked. And then you look at what Konami did to Silent Hill, and people are like, what in the fuck are you doing, Downpour? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? This is crap.
Yeah.
Not, stuff, or Ascension. Hello. This, like, they just took their IP and shit on it. And if it
Okay.
weren't for Blooper and it weren't for the Korean company that's doing Silent Hill F, Silent Hill would be completely irrelevant. It would still be in the retro gates, and we would all be talking about these are retro games of horror games that we used to play instead of what they're doing now. So Resident Evil Legacy time, it has to be Resident Evil. I hate to say it, but it has to be.
I'm gonna throw out. We have our Mount Rushmore.
We don't have that in Canada.
But I have to point out that there's an honorable mention. It's not a game. The honorable mention is not a game. It's the fucking statue for Madison. Shows up as the fifth. Like, it just shows up.
Yeah.
Just shows up. The
right,
statue in
and right next to Resident Evil, fucking Madison statue.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're all happy with this list before I read it out to the audio listeners?
I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
You respect it, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't need our love. It just needs our respect.
It kills me that Dead Space.
Not impressed, but goddamn, do I respect the hell out of you.
It kills me that Dead Space is not a pillar, but when you have a choice of 4, right?
That's the thing. And I'm going to say, like, all the games we talked about in the last hour and a half, none of them are bad. They're all great games.
No, they're all good.
I have to say something. Hang on. Fuck you, Merv.
Wow.
So for the audio listeners, Merv just dropped the statue in chat, which is pretty funny.
That is the statue. That is the Madison statue.
All right.
Also, I love you, Merv.
For the audio listeners, and to wrap this up, our 4 pillars of the horror game.
Wow.
The 4 pillars of the horror game genre are Visage, Alien Isolation, Phasmophobia, and the original classic Resident Evil. I think that's a solid list, guys. That's pretty good.
And I'm still married tomorrow. Yes.
You're still married. Well, Visage is great. It really is.
Visage is good.
Visage is super solid.
Nuptials aside, Visage needs to be on this list. Like, it has to be.
I think all 3 of you understand that I wouldn't be married tomorrow.
No, that's very true. You and at least be judged heavily.
And like, there's easily a half a dozen games that we've talked about, and you guys have kind of sold me on. I really wish I could get into this genre a little bit more because there's a lot I missed out on. But
it's a hard genre to get into, but once you get a taste for it.
Oh man,
honestly, I did. When I was streaming, I played like one horror game, and then I'm like, I'm now a horror streamer.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't take much.
I can't do that. Like, I need a break after a horor game.
Yeah, no,
it might be a year, it might be 4, but I need a break.
I'm all in. I'm gonna die early, but it's fine.
All right. Well, guys, let's go around real quick. Sinstar, what you up to? Are you streaming this weekend?
Yes, Smatterday. If you're listening on Friday or Saturday beforehand, twitch.tv/soularchaic, SOLARCH, whatever, Soularchaic. At 3:30 Mountain Time, we should be doing our DJ stuff. So DJ Spinistar will be showing up.
Great, good stuff. Wolf, what are you up to lately?
I'm actually trying to get my website set up so that way I can start documenting my game development journey, like from scratch, basically from where I'm at now, which is almost nothing. I want to start putting that up on the website and maybe on YouTube on the Werewolf channel and just work through building out and learning and maybe eventually building my own actual game that I have planned. So
that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Chard, when you're not crushing my mother-in-law's dreams with your fucking baseball team winning, what are you up to this weekend?
Celebrating another Mariners win, but we still got a few games to go. When I'm not celebrating a Mariners win, what I'll probably be doing is finally, I have the green light to start up Silent Hill F, which I have been very, very, very excited to try and fire that up. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. However, tonight I've been peer pressured into bringing RMH back for an evening, and there's a new download for Devour. A new update has been released, and we haven't played that in a hot minute. So once I'm done snuggling my dogs and crying myself to sleep a little bit from all the fear, you can come and check me over at Twitch with the RMH crew running around from demons, clown demons in a carnival. This is going to be terrifying.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, and then firing up Silent Hill F tomorrow, right after I get back from the Oddities convention that I'm taking my wife to in Seattle. That should be a lot of fun.
It's likely I'm available after 9 your time tonight.
I know. That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
For myself personally, I've recorded 3 guest episodes with various other podcasts, but it's not out yet. When they do, I will shill like my name is as required for it. That doesn't make any sense. I'm tired, guys. It's been a long week. I've mostly been playing a bunch of games. It was Steam Next Fest this week, and I made the mistake of installing Ball X Pit.
Ball X Pit,
dude. Whoever, if you fell into the trap of Vampire Survivors like all of us did last couple of years, this game is very similar to that, but mixed with kind of like a shmup, kind of a little bit of an Arkanoid, and there's town building for some goddamn reason. But man, I put like 12 hours into this game, and I've only had it for less than 3 days. I have not had.
This is a
sleep.
game that could not figure out a genre.
Oh, no, it's everything. Yeah. But whenever
it's everything
like,
you need it to be. Yeah.
Whenever I hit a point where I'm like, okay, I'm good now, I can walk away and go back to Silk Song. I unlock something that radically changes how I play, whether it's new character or new building that does a new mechanic, and it's for $15. This is a winner. Like
it's cool.
At some point this year when we get to the Game Awards, I know we do an episode every year on the Game Awards, and this will come up as a topic where for the year that brought us the $70 fucking price point for AAA games, I don't care when there's been so many great games that are under $50, if not under $30. The amount of indie games I played this year that are outstanding, not just for 2025, but in the last several years, is great. From Blueprints to Silk Song to Hades 2, like there's just so many of them. And games like Ball X Pit, like it's fantastic. Definitely a lot of games to play this year. It's been a crazy spoil of the year for us for games. But Ball X Pit, I don't need to play another addictive game, but I'm kind of falling into it. So
yeah, I'm like, I don't think I want to buy it. I was playing the demo today.
It's a roguelike. You like those?
Stay away, man.
I probably lost like 2 hours of my day to that. Today.
Yeah. It's like
and
TikTok,
I'm like,
I
don't want to do this again.
Yeah,
I just started After Image, and I'm absolutely loving it. And this is gonna pull me away.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to call out After Image. That is one of the most serene, beautiful Metroidvanias I've ever seen.
Nice.
It's very strange how, like it's beautiful and the music is chill and like it feels weirdly serene while you're killing things just because it's like this gorgeous green prairie behind you and the music is so just
when murder
soft
makes you
piano
calm.
music. Yeah, like it's the weirdest descriptors for this, but I'm really enjoying it.
Nice.
Oh, that's a really pretty looking game. I'm looking at the trailer on Steam right now.
All right.
Interesting.
Too many games, guys.
Too many games, not enough hours in the day.
Well, while we're finishing up, I'm gonna throw this out. We forgot one.
Doom.
I thought about Doom. I actually thought about specifically
Doom.
Calling out Doom 3, but
thank you, Wolf. I was doing the same thing.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
No, you know what? If there's a game that you feel like we did mention in our exhaustive list of 30 plus games, if you think we missed one, then come on down to our Discord at pressbtocancel.com. There's a link to the Discord there, or leave a comment on this video on YouTube. Tell us how we're wrong, or send us an email at podcast@pressbtocancel.com. Any choice. We love the feedback, especially let us know what we missed, because these episodes are always fun in that you only have 4, and that's what makes it difficult to kind of narrow it down and pick from. So, but there's certainly your favorites that we missed, and I want to know which ones. Again, you can find us at pressbtocancel.com. You can also find our video episodes up on YouTube. We go live on Twitch and YouTube every Friday around 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, the audio episodes are polished and released on the following Monday on all of your favorite podcast apps, from Pocket Cast to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever the fuck is built into my new fridge that lets you listen to audio. It's all there. We're always there. We're also members of the SuperPod Network, superpodnetwork.com. A lot of great video game shows there. Check them out and give them a listen as well. But yeah. Shit. We also, if you would like us to support our show and give us a couple bucks, don't have to. If you can't afford
Still
it,
new to us.
tell a friend instead. That's fine too, and that's free. But if you would like to, you can check us out at patreon.com/c/pressb to cancel, I think is the URL. I don't know.
Find
it's on
us
our
as
website.
Press B to
I
cancel.
see.
Let's look us up. Press
It's like
C.
a /c/press. I don't know. Is it just /pressb to cancel?
What?
We're on
Oh.
Patreon.
I think it is just /press B to cancel.
Is it?
/C
Now
to
I gotta
Patreon.
check.
All right. Well, I'll have to find it. But we have several.
Patreon.com/press B to cancel.
Is it
Let's
New
see.
directory. What is this in DOS?
What is this?
That's
Yes,
scary.
continue. What's happening?
That's a scary.
I typed Patreon wrong.
C
That's the other
colon
thing that's
slash
scary.
slash.
C
You're
colon
typing
forward
typos at
slash.
the end of the episode. But we have several tiers there
Yeah,
of cool
just-
stuff.
Just /press B to cancel. There's no
Okay.
C. Don't get people lost.
It's the Canadian spelling of the URL, okay? That's
It
just how
is.
we do it up here.
We
Up
have
in
so
Canada,
much
we have to
Canadian
add the
spelling
C
tonight.
God damn
because
it,
of the French and
Spectrum.
English things, right? The guidelines. We have to, otherwise the CRTC will shut us down. Give us money or don't. Tell a friend instead. I'll
Patreon.com/A.
take any support we can get.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the American here. I'm not as demanding.
The American here.
Jake. If you have money, feel free. If you don't, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Just tell people about the show. That's the important thing, right? Really trying to grow
Do
the
or
channel
don't,
and
or
the
we'll
show.
kidnap your family.
We'll murder
American
you
way.
if you don't support. No. Happy
This is a
Halloween.
horror
You're gonna get us
episode, guys.
arrested or
Come on.
removed.
Nobody watches till the
One of
end
those
of the
is
episode.
clearly worse than the other, but
We got
That's
canceled,
okay.
guys. We got
We are Press B to cancel.
somebody
Everybody
press.
have a
You're
great
gonna
week.
get us. You're gonna get B pressed on us.
Yeah, quick, press B.
Press B.
Go
Good night,
Mariners.
everybody.